On behalf of Americans in Italy for Obama, it's my great honor and pleasure to introduce the most distinguished and wonderful Nancy D'Alessandro Pelosi, our first woman Speaker of the House and our first Italian-American woman to reach such elected office. We have online with us today an incredibly energetic and completely mobilized group of Americans in Italy for Obama. It's the largest national expatriate group from the Obama website, and they've organized house parties in 12 different cities throughout Italy to help us smoke out more than the 150,000 expatriate Americans that are estimated to be around the country. And these expats are working in Italy, or students in a study abroad program, or diplomats and military, as you know, stationed in the bases in Italy, or Italian-American retirees. And just to let you know, we have house parties in Rome, Florence, Lucca, Bologna, Perugia, Milan, Turin, Venice, Naples, Altamura and Castellanagrotta in Puglia, and Palermo. Madam Speaker, I wanted you to know that instead of wringing their hands because they're so far away from the campaign, these expatriates have been registering voters, phone banking, and making YouTube videos to send to friends and family in neighborhoods back in the U.S. They're engaged like never before, and they're reaching out to fellow Americans they never knew to ensure that Barack Obama and Joe Biden become the next president and vice president of the United States, and to make sure that we have a landslide victory in the Congress. So, without further ado, I leave it to you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Nina. I'm so excited about this call and to hear the participation throughout Italy. This election is about defending what makes us great, our values, that the American dream can be lived, and it's about how we are perceived abroad, as I just referenced. It's essential to vote in this election and encourage others to do so. I know that I'm preaching to the converted if you're already on this call, but I thank you for reaching out. I hear that many of you took part in phone banking during the primaries, and we'll need all of you to move in the weeks to come. It's not that long, 50 days. What we do in the next 50 days will determine the fate of our nation for a long time to come. And some of you have important ties to the Italian-American community back home, and that is very important for them to hear from you, because I think that's one of our challenges in this election. I know you have some targeted phone lists in the Italian-American neighborhoods in the states, starting with Ohio, and I urge you to help us with that as well. I also hear that Americans in Italy for Obama has been exceedingly creative in their pro-Obama visibility efforts, holding rallies, driving a rickshaw around Rome, rowing a gondola in Venice with Obama T-shirts, and about the chocolate-covered Obama confetti. This and so many other things. I thank you for those chocolate Altamura chocolates. They are great, and I thank you for my T-shirt, which Nina gave me at the convention. Italy and America have always shared a special relationship. We have a great history together. It is endured for a long time and expressed through art and science, politics, culture. We all know that. It's really important that all the enthusiasm that you have be translated into votes for Obama. Now, my understanding is that these votes have to be in by October 4th, to encourage expats abroad to register to vote before October 4th deadline, and to ensure that all their family and friends are registered. And according to the ILO, there are an estimated, you said it, Nina, 150,000 expats living in Italy, principally among Americans working in Italy or Italian-Americans who have chosen to retire there. But I want you to know here, everyone is working very, very, very hard to not taking nothing for granted in this campaign. It's important to note, and I'm sure you see it because you see the international media and American TV over there, that this is, the Republicans will stop at nothing to hold on to power for special interest in Washington, D.C. They don't want change. John McCain is voted 90% of the time with the president. He's trying to pass himself off as an agent for change. It's ridiculous. They're brazen. They're well-funded. They're not committed to the truth and any sense of decency. but we can't become like them. We have to have a campaign based on the issues, about the values of America, and reach out in that way. So it makes it tough. It makes it a hard race, because their kind of tactics get more attention than the serious debate. But we hope, we'll have to insist that will change. Joe Biden has just been a wonderfully energizing force as well, and they will make a great president and vice president. But again, we all have to take personal responsibility. I tell this to my Democratic House members. Each of you has to take personal responsibility for the election of the Democratic Congress and the election of the Democratic President of the United States. And our enthusiasm for Obama is great, and everybody knows that if we succeed in our districts, we have to pull in a big vote for Obama. And similarly, I hope that as you all encourage people to vote for Obama, you will encourage them to continue voting down the line for senators, governors, congresspersons, state legislators, etc., who will be on the ballot. We're all a part of history at this moment, and it can go. There are two paths. You heard that over and over again if you watch the convention. There are two paths: the path to the past, the same old, which has made our economy weaker, and every issue. I mean, we're talking about growing the economy so that many more people participate in the economic prosperity of America, and to do so in a way that creates good-paying jobs. We're talking expanding access to quality health care, really expanding it, making it universal and quality, and tied to prevention. So we're not just talking about care, we're talking about prevention, and then talking about how we make ourselves truly energy independent. We can do that. It's a decision our country has to make, and we can do it in 10 years. It's just a decision. The technology is there. The renewables and alternatives are there. We just have to decide to do it, and this president has not. And if we make ourselves energy independent, to do so in a way that preserves our planet, to reverse global warming, and to make it's a national security issue, it's an environmental issue, it's an economic issue, and in my view, a moral issue for what we owe future generations. And Barack Obama is, again, this great intellect. He can process new information and make judgments based on values and with a plan to get the job done. I couldn't be more excited about the prospects for success and not only in the election, but beyond. And everyone is working hard. It's every day counts, though, because everything. We don't want to have any windows of opportunity to take away our prospects for success. I want to thank all of you for being ambassadors for America, each and every one of you, whether it's as being part of the business community there, whether you're retirees from America. I especially want to thank our men and women in uniform for their service to our country. They make us proud every day, and we owe them a great debt of gratitude. And I thank you for your courage, your patriotism, and sacrifices you and your families are making. And I'm hoping that when I come the next time, I'll be able to go to Vincenza and to Naples and to, that will be my plan, so that I can thank many of you in person. And I thank all of you in whatever capacity you are there. You are a messenger for America, and your enthusiasm for change and for Obama and for a Democratic president is something that I'm sure has affected the attitudes of Italians toward Obama as well, and perhaps it works both ways. But I thank you for that. I thank you for what you're doing. Everything is going to make a difference. We cannot assume anything, and we cannot just think, oh, that one more thing, that won't really matter. It all will add up to a wonderful victory. We don't want to have any regrets the day after. So I just reminding about the date, which I think many of you don't need any reminder for, but just to state that again, before October 4th deadline. Thank you for being such wonderful representatives of our country. Thank you for your enthusiasm for change, and I'm going to call Barack Obama when I get off the phone and tell him about this telephone call. Thank all of you for everything that you're doing. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
One more great Democratic victory. Bye-bye.